We started with Wow Lab for a Halloween project, actually. We had a Halloween party about 6 or 7 years ago now, and that was how we started. It was through a parent with the school who knew Anka and introduced us, and she came along and did a really great session. The kids really loved it. It was oversubscribed. And from that moment on, we then started our collaboration. The very next term, we started our first Wow Lab club, and we've had one every term since then. And this year we have 2 Wow Lab clubs happening.
On a commencé à travailler avec Wow Lab depuis cette année. On a un programme dans cette école d'activités extrascolaires qui essaye d'être complémentaire des enseignements qu'on donne au cours de la journée à nos élèves.
We are proud partners of Wow Lab, an organization we have been working with since 2015. And we have a great and amazing feedback from our parents and from the children their trainers have been working with.
Parteneriatul nostru a început în urmă cu 4 ani și am dezvoltat împreună mai multe proiecte, dintre care cele mai importante sunt programele de fizică și chimie adresate copiilor și cele de astronomie.
I think we started our collaboration around 3 years ago, and we consider an extraordinary addition to our extracurricular activities. It brings curiosity into children, a lot of interesting hands-on activities. It triggers wonderful inquiries, develops their talk, their interest in science and learning wonderful new scientific vocabulary.
Il nous a semblé extrêmement intéressant de travailler avec Wow Lab parce que la démarche qui est employée par le prestataire est très intéressante car elle va dans le sens de ce que nous on attend de la découverte des sciences par les élèves. L'expérimentation, la manipulation, les défis, les expériences, c'est exactement de cette manière-là que nous travaillons à l'école française.
What is very important for the British Council is that Wow Lab is not just a service provider, they are a true partner for us. We have been supporting each other on various projects throughout the collaboration period.
From the beginning, the Wow Lab Club has been a really popular club for both the kids and the parents. They've always been really well populated. Every year we have a very large number of children wishing to take part because they really love the experiments that are going on. It's very much a hands-on and practical experience. The feedback is always really positive from both parents and the kids because they really like coming back, and every session they come back with something that they've made, which always increases the excitement from the other children who see what they've been doing during the clubs as well. And the children are able to come back and explain what they've done, and more importantly the science behind what they've done as well, because that's explained clearly too. So it's been really popular, and it's actually been through word of mouth. Children have spoken to each other, the parents have spoken to each other, and so there's been real value in the club.
My son Philip is in grade 2, and he decided himself to attend the Wow Lab experiment club. He absolutely adores it. He loves to make these experiments that you provide for them. There's a lot of physical activity. They do not sit. They are very active in these classes, and he really enjoys them. So it was absolutely his own personal decision to stay. Bearing in mind that he's very hard to convince to do any kind of activity because his passion is karting and reading books. So this is something that he's very interested in.
Everybody looks for abilities and skills more than maybe memorizing things or doing things in a traditional way. So I think that Wow Lab it does that very well. So kids have about 2 experiments per workshop. That means that they are involved. Everything that they do is based on a discussion. They get to find out new things through exploring. So they do get 2 types of skills. So first of all, of course, they learn about science, and I think they learn about that in a very fun way. It's not something that they usually do at school. It's something that they get to explore through experiments, doing things themselves with their own 2 hands, and I think this is something that they like a lot about Wow Lab. Of course, they also also learn about all of these things in English, so it's the conversation part too that I think is very helpful, and learning about specific terms and specific ways of approaching science.
So not only does the children study in class, but actually when he attends this club after school, he's able to put into practice whatever he studies, whatever he watches on television, on Discovery and so on, so he learns from the practical side.
Our school looks greatly into teaching sciences in a less formal way. We want children to be involved in hands-on activities, to discover science on their own, to learn resilience through these activities and even failure. And I think Wow Lab is doing that perfectly. So it goes alongside King's Oaks beliefs.
Am descoperit la partenerii noștri de la Wow Lab de-a lungul timpului anumite valori pe care le avem și noi la Smart Education și mă refer la seriozitate, implicare, dedicare, orientare către educația prin activități 100% practice și o implicare a trainerilor care îi determină pe copii să se exprime liber și să își acceseze resursele creative.
The science curriculum for primary schools is reasonably simple. It's mostly common sense. But with the opportunity of Wow Lab, the children get a chance to go beyond the curriculum and to really explore. And so there's been some amazing experiments with like elephant toothpaste, for example, where the children have a real wow factor from the science that they're doing. In class, it's not always that possible with so many children, but with the Wow Labs, there are slightly smaller groups, and the children get an opportunity to really experiment, and that's been one of the benefits of doing the Wow Lab. It adds value to what we're doing on a daily basis in our science curriculum.
Les activités de Wow Lab sont vraiment très complémentaires du programme de l'éducation nationale française que nous suivons ici dans cette école, en ce sens qu'il apporte des activités qui vont permettre aux enfants de découvrir, en suivant une démarche expérimentale, l'univers des sciences, un univers scientifique, et va leur permettre également d'éveiller leur curiosité sur des sujets qui ne sont pas forcément abordés dans notre programme. Donc c'est de notre point de vue très intéressant.
It comes along our curriculum very much. It's the teachers are involved in all the activities with the children. The children discover all by themselves, and the experiments are wonderful. The children are happy to experiment everything, and it's pretty much what we expect to see, and it doesn't happen everywhere all the time with all the other extracurricular activities. So it's one of the successful recipes.
And one thing about the investigations that they do in Wow Lab is that they never given them the answers, they're actually asking them to experiment and explore and look at investigations. So that gives them a chance to work collaboratively, which is going to be a really important skill for them in the future, but also to think about how one thing can impact upon the next thing. So they actually get to see them and problem solve, and that's been of real value for the future education.
I would recommend this club wholeheartedly because these children have a very active lesson, and like I said before, they are able to put into practice whatever they're studying in class.
We are very proud of our collaboration with Wow Lab, and we're looking forward to fun, exciting projects during the following years.